Hey guys, how's it going? Hey, it's Pastor Campbell here. Hey, I wanted to come on really quick because I wanted to say this to you. Just because you're not visible doesn't mean you're not valuable. You can be left out by others, but set apart by God for His special purpose. Can I tell you, just because you're not out in front, just because they haven't picked you, doesn't mean that God uh, doesn't have interest in you. The Bible says that Gideon was the weakest among his men, and the Bible says we find him in a wine press while the country is at war. Gideon is hiding in a wine press. But then watch this. Not only is Gideon hiding in the wine press, God tells him, I see something in you that even you can't see. God says, I see that you are a mighty man of valor. I know you feel like the world is caving in. I know that you're afraid. I know you feel like you're not up to the task, but I see you as something different. But then watch this. Not only does he see that, but watch this. When Gideon is getting ready to fight and he's preparing his men in Judges chapter 7, around the 11th to the 12th verse, the Bible says that he tells him to take his servant and go down to the Midianite camp. And when he gets there, the Midianites are talking about him. Can I tell you that in this season, your enemies are going to affirm you? It is going to be your enemies that are going to give you free publicity. They are going to be the ones who are going to talk about you. Watch this, but you gotta know, you gotta have the right people around you in order to interpret it. The Bible says that God told him to take his servant. Why? Because his servant was the one to interpret the dream in which the Midianite had. And the servant says, they're talking about the sword of Gideon. God has given them into your hand. Although you may not believe it, God is giving people around you to tell you, hey, God is getting ready to do it. And can I tell you, I'm going to be the servant of Gideon tonight. I'm going to be the servant of Gideon this morning. And I want to tell you that God has given it into your hand. Whatever dream you've been asking God for, whatever you've been praying for, God says He's getting ready to release it to you right now. He's going to give it to you. Whatever you've been asking for, whether it's in leadership, whether it's being in your business, whatever it is, God is giving it to you right now. So tell the people they can believe the hype. And can I tell you, just because you're not visible doesn't mean you're not valuable. Watch this. You got to learn how to work in silence. The Bible says that they never heard Gideon coming. Gideon was working in silence. Watch this. Even while Gideon had killed as many as he did, watch this, the 10,000 that he sent back home, he sent them in a strategic manner so that when the Midianites would run towards their country, guess who they ran into? The men in which Gideon sent back home. And can I tell you that you're going to win, because not only are you fighting on the front side, but God has some people that He had you send back because they're going to fight on the back end for you. God's got it. Trust Him.